Welcome to Orange Playlist. I'm Lauren Levin and I'm a very lucky lady this week because my guest today is the one and only Nicky Wire.
Hello.
The Manic Street Preachers burst onto the music scene way back in '91. We certainly did love them because they've had 2 number ones and spent an amazing 203 weeks on the album chart. The outspoken Featherboa lovers are back with a new album, and the first single from it, The Love of Richard Nixon, has just shot into the charts at number 2. So which 5 tracks are the love of bassist Nicky Wire? Well, let's ask him.
Nicky, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
We've only let you choose 5 tracks. Was that difficult? Because obviously it's quite, you know, for a music fan such as yourself, drawn it right down to the 5?
It was really difficult. You know, I think people don't necessarily realise how big a fans of music we are. You know, because they associate us with controversy and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really difficult, but enjoyable, stimulating.
So, you know, can you remember, say, to get some background, what the first ever record you bought was?
Neon Nights, Black Sabbath, the Ronnie James Dio incarnation from Martin Luther Records in Blackwood. Single it was.
So it was a special moment, you can remember it exactly.
I played it to death. It was one of those old record players, you know, that would just repeat. So I must have played it about 20 times. Still love that record. And
was that the kind of thing, so were you straight into punk? Did you never have any kind of other dalliances with...
I was much more kind of heavy metal, Black Sabbath, Gillan, Deep Purple.
And at the moment you have got a new record out, The Love of Richard Nixon.
I have indeed.
So I wanted to ask you, what do you think Tricky Dicky would have made of the current presidential election in the US?
I think he would have been bugging everywhere and trying to control CNN and ABC and NBC, and I'm just attracted to paranoid megalomaniacs.
Now, for your past choice, you've gone for, it's an absolute punk classic, a really good choice, Public Image Limited.
I think it just seemed an amazing reinvention, really, to go from the Pistols to this, I think, is a brand new sound, you know, Yar Wobble's deep bass and Keith Levine's heroin-infused spiky guitar and Johnny warbling about it. I don't know, it's just a mixed kind of dub and reggae with post-punk, and it's just a truly amazing record. I don't think there's ever been a record like Public Image. I think Johnny's really underrated as a lyricist, you know, he's always become a caricature, and obviously going on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here doesn't help.
What did you make of that?
I still thought he was riveting, captivating TV. He still is like the Hunchback of Notre Dame amongst all the rest of them. But I just think he was so intelligent, and he still is so unbelievably bright compared to most rock stars. You know, it was way ahead of his time. He was kind of self-loathing, and like all things Johnny does, he was just way out in front of everyone else. All
right then, Nicky, so on that note, do you want to introduce your track from the past?
Yep, this is Public Image Limited with Public Image.
So that was Public Image Limited there. Nicky, the ultimate question, better than the Pistols or not?
I think musically more inventive, but not the direct impact of the Pistols, no.
Now we're moving on to your present choice. So this is something that you're loving right now at the moment. So the Killers that we're talking about. Why do you think they're embraced by, you know, the British public?
I think they've got all the right references, you know, all the right sounds. They just look great. They're thin, they're pale, everything I used to be.
They're a very pretty band, though, aren't they? They're very young as well. Is the singer like 22?
He is, yeah, and I think it's that feminine side that we've always liked with music as well, you know. Sometimes a band is right, you can't explain it, it's not science, it's just the right place at the right time. And that video, they're just walking down the street, they look so confident but not arrogant. The song is just brilliant. It just makes me, I don't know, it just gives you a special feeling.
Now, apparently, this band had some very odd jobs before they hit it big. They were like, one was a bellhop, you know, I think one sold Bibles or something weird like that. What about you guys? Did you ever sort of work for a living before you struck rock gold?
I mean, personally, I've never had a job in my life. I went straight from, I was doing my finals when we were supporting the Levellers at Salisbury Arts Centre.
So what finals was that then?
That was for politics, yeah. It was philosophy and literature in politics.
Which obviously came in quite useful.
Yes, it did. Well, I was just going for an interview with the Foreign Office when we kind of got a record deal.
And what would you have done for the Foreign Office, do you think?
I would have been a brilliant ambassador, surely. My tact.
You would have, actually. I think you would have just gone in there and got it sorted. Right, OK. We've sent Mr Wire in, and Korea have decided to attack us with nukes. What are we going to do?
Oh, it's a good job. I missed that one.
So when you're on the road, would this track that we're going to play now, would that be the kind of thing that you play in the Manics tour bus?
It's usually me in the lounge upstairs who plays the music.
So you're the kind of bus DJ?
James will just watch films downstairs and smoke himself stupid, you know, right. You see the smoke billowing up the vents. And Sean just fiddles around with computers and technology. We're just telepathically miserable with each other. I don't even talk to Sean. I'll travel like 12 hours with him on a train and we just kind of do Roger Moore, you know, eyebrow lifting and...
So you're kind of on the CD decks?
Yeah, but no one else listens to it. They come past and close the curtain and just kind of wave to me.
But you would play the Killers, you reckon?
Oh yeah, no, I mean Sean loves this album as well. He was the first one, and my daughter absolutely. When this comes on, my little daughter is 2.5, and she just looks at the telly and goes, "Daddy song," and tries to sing it, and it just connects with people. It's an unexplainable beauty to this song.
So, Nicky, can you introduce your present track for us then, please?
Yep, this is the Killers with All These Things That I Have Done.
Killers, they're impossibly fresh-faced, Nicky. You and I can't possibly compete. We'll just have to give up now.
They've still got acne over the singer. At least we've grown out of that.
Yeah, exactly. What are you really loving at the minute? Who do you kind of, you know, tip for success?
I think Do Me Bad Things. We were doing a rival programme on the weekend, and I'd seen bits and bobs of them, you know, and pictures and stuff, but they were stood next to me, and they just had so much makeup on, and they looked so good and glamorous. It just reminded me of my youth. I
was going to say, because, you know, they really rock the eyeliner and a little bit of fake fur and the lame. It's almost like a, I don't know, rock opera, sort of slightly Rocky Horror Show feel going on, because it is a bit gospel-y.
It is, kind of Scissor Sisters meets Meatloaf, I sort of thought.
Yeah, that more or less describes it. All right then, Nicky, let's have a little bit of future music. Who do you tip for the big time?
This is Do Me Bad Things with Time for Deliverance.
There's loads more still to come on the show. Nicky Wire's going to be revealing more tracks from his playlist, including a very unusual dedication and his all-time favourite track, which I actually don't think you could guess. So try and place your bets now. I don't think you'll be right. Plus, we're going to be telling you who's big in showbiz this week in our Pick of the Hot chart, and we've got the official ringtone chart back right after this. Welcome back to Orange Playlist. I'm Lauren Laverne. In just a moment, my guest today, Manic Street preacher Nicky Wire, will be dedicating a track to a very special pensioner and picking his all-time favourite tune. All right, Nicky, we're moving on to a dedication now, and typical of you, you've gone for a slightly controversial one, but I do quite like it. Can you tell us what you've chosen and why?
Well, this was difficult because someone sent me some examples and it was all for wives and girlfriends, and I didn't want to fall into that Noel Gallagher trap of, you know, writing a song called She Is Love and then getting dumped 6 months later. It's just hugely embarrassing, isn't it? I hate rock stars when they write a song about their kids and their wives. But I think if you're secure enough in your relationship and your love, you don't need to do that.
So you decided to dedicate a Sex Pistols tune to the royal family. Yeah,
it seemed perfectly fitting that God Save the Queen, it kind of formed a lot of my political ideals, really, at a very young age. Seeing Johnny, you know, screaming and looking like this contorted Richard III, amazing icon on stage, and the lyrics are just so brilliant. Just from then on, I just realised the emptiness of our monarchy. I think God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols is untouchable. The music, the lyrics, the look, everything. This makes me feel bad, actually, because I know I can never make a record that good.
So what's the concept behind Never Mind the Bollocks then, do you reckon?
It's just the greatest rock and roll album ever made. I think it's a fluke, because for a voice to be that bad but to sound so brilliant, I don't think it's ever been done.
Now, you've dedicated this to the Queen. Do you think that actually she might quite like it secretly? Along with that Smiths track and, you know, Elizabeth My Dear by the Stone Roses and all of the others, and possibly even a couple of yours, Nicky.
Maybe not ours. I think everyone likes to have a song written about them, don't they? It's the highest form of flattery.
She might have a little compilation tape going on that she pops on.
I guess it still means she's important, that people are bothered to write about it, isn't they? It's not actually the people I've got a problem with, it's the actual institution of monarchy, what it stands for. You know, I couldn't give monkeys about them as people, but the whole institution is just bewildering.
So you'd never accept a knighthood then, if you were offered one like Mick Jagger or Cliff Richard?
No, I never would. And it's always, we were like when the Welsh Assembly was formed, we were asked to play, and they wrote us a big email going, and you'll be able to play in front of the King and Queen, I think, you know, as if it was actually we wanted to do that. And the same when, you know, at the height of Britpop, when we had Design for Life and all the rest of it, they didn't invite me to number 10. They just invited the thickos. You know, all those bands.
Didn't want to get into an argument, Nicky.
Exactly. I remember my school teacher saying that day, "You could be Prime Minister one day, Nicholas." And the whole class just went, "Oh no!" They knew then.
You still could, maybe. Look at that Robert Kilroy silk. You just need to get the right party.
And I needed to get an orange face.
So, Nicky, if you would please make your dedication.
This is to the Queen of England. This is the Sex Pistols, and God Save the Queen.
The Sex Pistols there, Nicky. I hope the Queen enjoyed that. But we've come to a good point in the show, my actual favourite point in the show, because it's time to pick your all-time favourite track. This must have been tricky.
This is really strange, because I'm not a Johnny Cash fan, and I'm definitely not a Nine Inch Nails fan. But I guess that's the magic of music.
The combination of the two.
Yeah, because you put them together, and it's just the most, I don't know, heartbreaking, touching. Just like he's singing, and he knows he's dying.
Do you think that you'll keep playing and keep making music for your whole life, right until the end?
No.
What will you do instead when you're, you know, Johnny Cash's age?
I've never had a problem with boredom. If I'm just sat in with a telly or a book, then, you know, it's everything I've ever wanted from life.
So you just get into one of those electric foot warmers, possibly? I'm
looking forward to having a stair lift, you know, and a kind of a powered wheelchair and stuff like that. Goldie-looking chain. So
quickly, back to Johnny Cash. The lyrics to Hurt are fantastic, aren't they? But do you think it's the lyrics that make the song, or is it just the sound of it?
Oh, the lyrics are amazing. I think they're so succinct and so pointed. It just seem to fit every sphere, every atom of his body is just put into that Johnny Cash, and his wife in the video as well. It's just so...
Yeah, that's really. And then she died like a few weeks after the video was made. It is a heartbreaker. I don't know, actually, should we show it? It might just push people over the edge. This is shown quite late at night. So
I think it lifts the human spirit, though, to face something like this and actually recognise it and make something beautiful out of it.
So should we have a bit of that rock synergy action? Your all-time favourite, please.
Yeah, this is Johnny Cash with Hurt, the most beautiful record ever made.
Nicky, thank you very much for joining us. You've been an excellent guest on the show today.
That's been a pleasure. Well,
to celebrate your being on, we've got some prizes to offer you at home. We've got a signed bass guitar and this fabulous signed Manic Street Preachers artwork. So if you want to win them, all you've got to do is answer this question.
What is the name of the lead singer of the Manic Street Preachers? A. Jim Bob Bradfield, B. James Dean Bradfield, or C. John Boy Bradfield? If you think you know the answer, text WIN and then A, B or C to 82149. Text cost £1 plus standard charge, or you can call 09012 992 991. Calls cost £1, mobiles might vary. Alternatively, you can enter via the website ITV.com/orange playlist. Lines close at midnight on Wednesday the 3rd of November, and you'll get a choice of ringtone when you enter. To find out whether you were last week's lucky winner, log on to the website.
So thanks once again, Nicky, for coming on.
Okay.
If you all want to find out more about Nicky's playlist or download any of the charts in full, then just log on to our website, which is itv.com/orange playlist. And I'll see you next time.
Bye.